to live what I teach. I have a painting by Phoebe of a group that she calls Sister Suki's Funeral. And all the women, there are about 9 women, and they all look like women in my grandmother's prayer meeting group. So whenever I'm obliged to do something, I take that painting and I look at that painting. There's an empty chair. And I think, now what would Grandma do? What would she say? I can almost hear her voice say, now, sister, you know what's right. Just do right. You don't really have to ask anybody. The truth is, right may not be expedient. It may not be profitable, but it will satisfy your soul. It brings you the kind of protection that bodyguards can't give you. Try to be all you can be, to be the best human being you can be. Try to be that in your church, in your temple. Try to be that in your classroom. Do it because it is right to do. You see, people will know you, and they will add their prayers to your life. They'll wish you well. I think if your name is mentioned and people say, oh, hell, oh, damn, I think you're doing something wrong. But if your name is mentioned and people say, oh, she's so sweet, he's so nice, oh, I love, oh, God bless her. There you are. So try to live your life in a way that you will not regret years of useless virtue and inertia and timidity. Take up the battle. Take it up. It's yours. This is your life. This is your world. I'll be leaving it long before you under the ordinary set of circumstances. You make your own choices. You can decide life isn't worth living. And that would be the worst thing you can do. How do you know? So far. Try it. See. So pick it up. Pick up the battle and make it a better world. Just where you are. Yes. And it can be better, and it must be better, but it is up to us.
Let the people in the world today don't realize that worries don't pay. Resting the worries upon your shoulder, only bringing you older and older. These wicked things that people just do, they don't realize you have worries too. Tell them to never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I said to tell them never ever worry. Don't mind how you're suffering bad. Never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. Always consider somebody suffering more than you. She told me as a matter of fact to fling all my troubles behind my back. Keep in touch with the Almighty for guidance, love and serenity. She said to never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. My granny told me never ever worry. Don't mind how you're suffering bad. Granny tell me never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. Always consider suffering more than you. Ago, which part? Why down in Togo? A fella wanted to commit suicide. You know he ran quite down by the wayside. Only a pick the man had to eat. He eat the pig and threw the pig skin in the street. From the time that the pig skin fall by his feet, the fella snatched it up and started to eat. And he told him, never ever worry. You feel that things really hard. The fella tell him, never ever worry. You feel that you're suffering bad. Yes, he told him, never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. Presently you could see somebody suffering more than you. And it has been told what reason it was sickness in the world. Oh yes, therefore I explain. If you let worries take charge of your brain, 10 to 1 you'll end up like a louse. Start stirring mad in the crazy house. That's why you never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell you, never ever worry. Don't mind how you're suffering bad. I tell you, never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. Anywhere you turn, somebody's suffering more than you. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell you, never ever worry. Don't mind how you're suffering bad. Never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. Always consider somebody suffering more than you. Never ever worry, don't mind how things looking hard. Never ever worry, don't mind how you're suffering bad. Never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. Anywhere you turn, somebody's suffering more than you. Never ever worry, don't mind how things looking hard.
Go ahead and advertise on the South Orange Maplewood online radio experience. You can reach us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to assist you. This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear from you at 973-327-3626 or log on to SoMore.org to let us know your opinion.
We are back with you. It's Individual and Someone Marjorie and the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. Coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/SoMore Radio. That's facebook.com/SoMore Radio. You can tweet us at SoMore Radio. Now, I want to talk for 30 seconds about that song that was just playing. It's a song by a Calypsonian called Pretender. And it says, never ever worry. Now, I'm not saying to you, don't ever worry. But worry gets you nowhere and it doesn't give you a solution. Instead of worrying, find a solution. Don't worry. You know, sometimes we think that our lives are real difficult. Things are bad. We don't have the right job. We don't want to go to work. But just think about it, ladies and gentlemen. There are some people who don't have a job to go to, who don't have a shelter over their head, who don't have clothes on their backs, who don't know where their next meal is coming from. So as the song says, never ever worry when you think you're suffering bad. Now, Marjorie, yesterday we had the award ceremony at Oratory Prep. Okay? As you know, that's one of my 6 jobs that I have. You know, people tell me, and Sam, how many jobs you got? Well, there's a quote that also says that when you are working at things that you enjoy, it's not considered to be a job. So I don't consider it to be a job. But anyway, we had to give a kind of little introduction speech about the track team and talking about everything else and just talk about the team in general. And I still have it here. My opening lines, because whenever I'm doing these things, I have to do research. You know, you just can't, go up there and wing it. You know, some people want you to wing it. I'm not good at winging it. So this is how I opened. Before I speak, I got something important to say.
That doesn't make sense, but go ahead.
I was told to be accurate, be brief, and be seated. I promise I will be as brief as possible, no matter how long it takes.
Go ahead. Okay, it's supposed to be a joke. Keep going.
See, the audience laughed.
Yes, I'm filling in that.
That was it. Everybody laughed.
And that was the end of the speech?
No, that was the beginning of the speech. So you got to talk in the mic, though. And then I also gave them this one. I'm
listening.
I talk about the mentor and his protege, and he told him to meet him 4 a.m. out in the water by the beach.
That's just, you've told me this.
Yeah, and he took him out to the water, and then he up to his chest, and then he up to his neck, and then he put his head down in the water, and then the guy jumped up, and he said to him, when you want to be successful as bad as you want to breed, then you will be successful. I also told him that. I also told him about the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, by Norman Vincent Peale, which I've told you many times to read, and you haven't read it.
Countless times.
You haven't
don't know
read
whether
it.
I've read that or not. Go ahead.
You have not read it in the past 6 months.
You don't know that.
You have not read it in the past 6 months.
You do not know that.
Have you read it in the past 6 months?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Because you haven't read it.
I want you to go
That's
and
why.
do your brief speech.
The Magic
We're
of
not
Thinking
talking
Big
about, yes,
by
yes,
Dr.
yes.
David Schwartz.
Yes.
The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. And the last one is As a Man Thinketh. And when I was finished with all the other things that I've said, many people came up to me. Many people. And I'm not boasting. Plain talk, bad manners. They might be pulling my legs, but that's okay. They said, Sam, that was fantastic. You really motivated the kids to be the best they can be. And I also told them that hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard.
I mean, but other than these things that you say every day, did you say something else?
But they don't hear that every day.
No, but I do. So what did you say that was so
see,
striking?
You see,
I need you to tell me something that you said.
The audience
that
didn't
was
hear what you hear.
Striking.
The audience doesn't hear what you hear every day.
Okay.
So the audience, many people in the audience were hearing this for the first time. And it inspired them and inspired the kids to be the best they can be at whatever sports they're playing. Hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. Your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. And I missed one. And I remember this when I was talking to a parent. Sometimes when we are doing sports, we say to the coach, Coach, that's impossible. I said to them, or I was going to say to
Impossible
them,
means